In this video we're going to be finding the amplitude and period from a sine or cosine equation. If you haven't checked out the last video, please check that out. You'll be given a graph there and you'll see the amplitude and period graphically. And now we're going to take a look at the equation here. Let me give you the form of this, and this is can be different between different textbooks and different math teachers, but I'm going to go with this one, a sine of k theta. And the sine could easily be cosine as well. Either one of these is the same thing, and I'll write that here for you as a matter of fact so you can see the similarities and also just the one difference that it's sine or cosine. It doesn't matter. In this case the a is -4. We want to take the absolute value of a. That's going to give us the amplitude. In this example the absolute value of -4 is 4. So we would say that the amplitude for this function is 4. Remember that the amplitude is a height, it's a distance, and therefore it's going to be positive. You might be wondering what this negative sign does, so I'll put a little asterisk down here or a little star. Say if there is a negative sign, or if a is negative, if you want to think that way, you can. If there is a negative sign, the graph is reflected. So here again, in this example, a is -4. Because there's a negative sign, we know that the graph is reflected. But then when we talk about the amplitude, that's the height or the distance from the midline to the top line or the midline to the bottom line. And that distance is 4, so the amplitude here is 4. It's always going to be a positive value. Let's take a look at the value of 2 here, which is right by theta. So k in this case is 2. The period of this function is 2 pi over k. That's the period. This is a nifty little formula that you're going to want to remember right here. The amplitude is pretty straightforward. You see a -4 or a 4 there, the amplitude is 4. For the period though, we have to do a little bit of legwork. For the period we want to take this value k, substitute it into this quick little formula, and then see what the period is. So if we were actually doing this problem, this case is going to be 2 pi over 2. Of course the 2's now, that's just 1, and we'll be left with pi. So the period for this one is just going to be pi. A little misleading. Some people think here that this 2 is just automatically the period. Guys, that is not the case. Okay? So for the period, remember this little formula, 2 pi over k, and you'll be fine.